guys, I'm Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building another house. This one is in Evergreen Harbor. I almost forgot what that world was called. Whatever, it's a new world, okay? And then it's in the area called Port Promise. This is fully upgraded, by the way, so I'm using green initiatives and also modern development, even though modern development mainly, it doesn't really do much in this specific area of Port Promise, I don't think. Maybe it does something with the yellow and the blue, whatever those things, or are they green, aqua, something like that in the background. But you can't really see the other house shells or anything like that in this area because we're building on the old mill where by standard, by default, there is quite a weird house up here. There's a lot going on the exterior especially. The floor plan is a little bit weird too. I know that there's like an empty room in the house that's not used for anything. The ladder is in a weird place and you have to go through one of the bedrooms to get to the top floor. It's a little strange. I was planning initially to actually renovate that house, but I was looking at it yesterday. I was just sitting here looking at it like, what is this? What am I supposed to do with this? Because there's just so much going on with the exterior, so I decided to just scrap it for now and build a new house. So this one is inspired by a picture that I saw on Pinterest like 2 months ago or something like that, and I really wanted to build it then. But I'm actually glad I didn't, because a lot of the items that we got with Eco Lifestyle actually fit this house perfectly. So I'll try to remember to link to the picture in the description down below if you're curious to see what it looks like. I think I did it, like, this house looks a lot like it, to be honest. It's not just, well, I haven't seen the front of the house, so I had to come up with that myself. But as for, like, I haven't done big changes with the back side of the build or anything like that. It's highly inspired, very inspired by that picture, so. I decided to make it 2 separate houses, so the upper floor is for one household and the bottom floor is for another household. So you can either play this as roommates, so you live in one of the houses and then you have, if you have Discover University, you can look for roommates who can live on the same lot as you, but you don't control them. They'll basically just work like NPCs. So you can play in the house like that, but you can also have, I don't know, 2 siblings living in this house, so they each have their own house or their own floor, basically. Or perhaps you could have a pair of parents with a young adult who still lives at home, a young adult child who still lives at home. So you could do something like that. And both of the houses are fully furnished, so they both have kitchens, they both have bathrooms. The one on the second floor is very small, but that's also because the second, like the upper house is smaller than the bottom house. The bottom house has its own room for the bedroom, and the bedroom is actually decently sized, whereas the top floor is basically just like a very small house with an open layout, because I couldn't really do a proper floor plan out of it, so it is what it is. But I had a lot of fun building this house. It was cool to try and build something a little bit more contemporary using the windows and the doors, because I feel like they fit this style very well, especially this open sliding door. Like, it's so nice. So yeah, I had to use that one, of course. And then for the interior, again, I've used mostly Eco Lifestyle, but just like with my previous like 4 or 5 builds or so, I don't really remember how many I've done since the pack came out, to be honest. But I've already done my base game plus Eco Lifestyle houses or apartments and so on and so on. So for the last ones, I've basically just tried to see what kind of furniture the Eco Lifestyle furniture would fit with. So which other packs would go well with Eco Lifestyle, and we're doing the same today. It's basically just a little bit of like a mix of everything that I feel would fit, or I felt would fit the vibe of these houses. So we're not sticking to specific packs, it's just a big mix of everything. Alright, if you're curious about the lot size as well here on the old mill, if you don't have the pack, this is a 30 by 20, so if you don't have the pack, you can download this house. However, a lot of the furniture and also the wallpaper will either be swapped out with something that you have in the game which looks similar to it, or they'll just be missing. So just be aware of that. If you really want to download this house and you don't have Eco Lifestyle, you can. You'll just probably be missing a few items. I do have a code, like a giveaway code. I just don't fully know what to do with it yet, because we're doing, for those of you who have been asking about the shadow challenge, what? The shell challenge, we're doing a tour right after the 20th, because that's when the deadline is. I got a few questions about that just like a couple of days ago, I think, so I just wanted to touch on it quickly, but we are doing a shell challenge tour where I'm touring the winners of that challenge, and the winner will be getting a code of their free choice. However, I can only get it for PC. I know that sucks. Like, I know that sucks, but I can't control it. It's not up to me, so I'm sorry, but I literally, it's like there's nothing I can do about it. But since I already have that covered, that shell challenge covered, I have another eco lifestyle code and I don't really know what to do with it. Maybe I'll do a giveaway on Twitter. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll do it on Discord. I don't know, but if you have any suggestions, let me know. We did celebrate, or we haven't actually celebrated it, but we did round 200,000 not too long ago, like a couple of weeks ago or something, and I don't really know if I'm gonna do a 200,000 subscriber special just because I just don't remember how to do those. I don't think I've done one since like 50K or something like that. So, or maybe 30K even, I don't know. Is that sucky? Is that bad? Should I have done more subscriber specials? I probably should have. I actually had one planned, a subscriber special last year when we rounded 100,000, but unfortunately, literally the day that I wanted to start building this thing, I'm not gonna say what it was because no, I'm not gonna bring that up, but the day that I wanted to start building it, I saw someone else release the exact same thing on YouTube, so I decided to scrap that just because I didn't want to release the same thing another YouTuber had just released, because that's a little bit awkward, even though it wouldn't have been copying, but it's still a little bit awkward, like literally right after, because it's a thing that not a lot of YouTubers have touched or tried to build. I'm not really sure if it's a thing on the gallery or on Twitter or Tumblr or whatever, but not a lot of people have built it on YouTube at least. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then literally the day, someone just like, no, that's not. So yeah, that was the last one. So I don't really know. Let me know if you want to see anything. I don't know what it would be because we build houses every day, and I don't really, or not every day, but like 4 times a week or something like that. And I also don't have the time currently to sit down and do like this massive thing either, because that's another thing I wanted to talk about in this voiceover. I know that we're building a house and this is completely unrelated, but hello, welcome to my channel. This is what we do. But I've actually finally gotten access to my Minecraft server as well. So if you're interested in joining that at some point, you do need to be on my Discord server, just because that's where I'm going to put the instructions to downloading the mod pack that we have, and also the IP address and so on and so on. But if you're interested, there'll be instructions up at some point on the server, and I think there's room for about 100 people on the server at the same time, which is pretty awesome. We're currently working on building spawn point, and also we're gonna be building some different towns and stuff. Also some secret places that you can visit and randomly explore when you're running around on the server. So yeah, I'm super excited to share that with you as well, because this has been on my to-do list since like March, or how do you say that? To-do list? I don't know. It's been in the works since like April or March. It's just been taking a long time because then we also had the new pack release and stuff. So there's just a lot going on, but finally we got access to it. And I'm very, very excited about that. So if you're interested, again, you do have to join the Discord server, but I hope that some of you will be joining us on the server because I think we're going to have a lot of fun. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the build. And we're on to the second build. But I just want to say quickly for the bottom one, I did try to go for a color scheme that I wouldn't necessarily normally go for, because I'm not a big fan of brown and black together for some reason. But sometimes you gotta get out of your comfort zone, sometimes you gotta build in a style that you're not necessarily a big fan of, or use a color scheme that you don't really like, just to not make everything look the same, even though everything I built looks the same according to some people. But you know, whatever, let's not get into that. So For the bottom floor, I decided to go for black and brown. But I do actually like how it turned out, and I hope you guys like it too, so. And then for the second floor, I decided to go for a color scheme that I like a lot. Not necessarily in real life, but in The Sims, I like the look of it, which is gray and white and also mint. I don't know, there's something really nice with, like, there's something really pleasing, yes, that's the word, with the combination mint and gray for some reason to me. Like, mint and white can be a little bit too much, but if you throw some gray in there, it looks super cool. I don't know what that's about, but I like it, so that's the color scheme that I went for. Also, I feel like I have to say this, even though it's a little bit, I don't know, weird or whatever, but in my Barbie video, I did comment that pink and green don't really go together. That's just my personal opinion. Like, if you think they go together, that's completely up to you, that's cool. But my personal preference, I don't like pink and green together. The same counts for black and brown. And also with the same like white and mint together, it's a little bit too much for me personally, so that's just what I mean with pink and green not going together. It's just funny, like it surprised me how many comments I got about that, because they're complementary colors, so technically they do go together, but I'm just talking about like my own personal opinions. Everything I say in my videos is my own personal opinion, so. Because I know that a color scheme that I personally like, or a color combination that I personally like, which is not a very common one, is orange and red together. I don't know why, but I like it for interiors, especially if you throw in a little bit of yellow as well. I don't know what it is about that color scheme, but it pleases me. It's very warm, it's very festive, and I don't know, it's just cozy. So not one that I use in real life ever, because like honestly, I'm not just for color in real life. I like black and white and gray and that's it. But in The Sims, I do like yellow, red, and orange together. So it's just my personal preference, and we don't all have to share the same opinions. Actually, I hope that we don't, because that would be really boring. Like, imagine if everyone was just the same. Like, if every single person on the planet had the same opinions regarding everything, that would be so boring. I do think that when it comes to, like, human life, there are certain things that everyone should agree on, but when it comes to color choices or fashion choices or whatever, hair choices, hairstyles, let's not all be the same because that's super boring, right? But also, let's stop this subject right now because that's way too deep for a Sims video. Anyways, I was actually thinking about doing facecam videos for the rest of the week because I don't know, I'm in that kind of mood. I probably won't record them today though, or record any of them today because it's like 26 degrees Celsius outside. I do have to specify Celsius, not Fahrenheit. I'm pretty sure 26 degrees in Fahrenheit is cold. I don't really know because I don't understand that system. But it's for Viking, for a Scandinavian Viking. I am melting, so no, not today. But I might do like record a lot of videos tomorrow with Facecam and just have them going up the rest of the week. So if you have any suggestions for that, if there are any challenges or any smaller builds you want to see from me, definitely let me know. I do have a lot planned, like a lot written down, a lot of ideas written down, videos that I kind of want to give a try and stuff. But again, I'm always open to suggestions. So if you have any, let me know. And yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing more videos with you. I don't know, I'm kind of in the mood. You know, if you're doing YouTube too, or if you're on Tumblr or something, you go through periods of time where you're maybe a little bit more motivated than you are at other times. And I did go through, like, for 2 weeks or something, I went through a little bit of like a rut a little bit. Is that even the right word to use? I'm not really sure. Like, it wasn't anything bad either. It was just kind of like I was missing new stuff and I don't know, everything was just the same. Like, we didn't have any new packs or anything like that. You know, when you build a lot with the same packs, you kind of get a little bit tired of the same items. Like, you're using them over and over again. But now I'm back, like, I want to make a ton of videos for you, and I don't know, I'm super motivated right now, so I don't know, let me know. So we're back outside again. I do want to say that normally this area is actually, Port Promise, is actually industrial, so when you just download the game, when you just start the game, or if you just download the pack and you continue your old save file, this world is going to be more industrial, whereas with the neighborhood action plans that I've chosen for this neighborhood, it's actually more green. So that's why it looks, to me, a lot more pleasant, because I'm not a big fan of the industrial look, not gonna lie. It's a little bit too smoggy for me. But yeah, so I changed it and it looks a lot greener, a little bit nicer. I love plants, you guys know this. But my point is that this house right here, the one that I'm building in this video, might not necessarily fit into Port Promise when it's industrial as much, so that is something to take into consideration. You might have to change it up a little bit just because the house here is very eco-friendly with the solar panels on the top of the roof. It's more green and yeah, it has a green footprint, basically is what I'm trying to say, but I'm having a very hard time phrasing it. So you might have to change it up a little bit. Maybe turn the top floor into a container or the bottom floor or both of the floors. Maybe you can turn this into 3 containers. It actually has 3 little boxes, so that should be possible. So just wanted to make you guys aware of that it is a greenhouse, not a greenhouse, but a green footprint house. So if you do download this house and you're playing in Port Promise, that's still industrial. You could place it down here, but it might not fully fit in. However, you can always place it somewhere else where it would fit in. So it's on a 30 by 20. We have plenty of 30 by 20 lots in this pack. You could easily place it in Conifer Station or what's the other one called? The Quarry or something. The Quarry is actually the area that is green to start out with. So it might fit in that area if you would rather have it there. Anyways, I just felt like that was important to say because I'm not playing in the save file as that is by default. I changed a few things. I gave the neighborhoods the nicer action plans according to my opinion, so not everything looks like it does in your game. It's another one of those things. I talked about it in my last apartment build that I did Saturday. It's another one of those things that we have to take into consideration. So my Port Promise might not look like your Port Promise, you know? But it's more fun as well, that it's a little bit different from game to game, from save file to save file. So I don't really know if I'm gonna make Port Promise industrial for my own personal save file, so the one that I'm sharing with you guys. I might, because the other 2 areas as they are right now are very green, so I feel like I'm missing that industrial neighborhood, which means that I'll either have to switch up this house a little bit, so turn it into containers, or maybe just turn it a little bit more industrial so it fits in with the area. Or, I don't know, I could just build a new house here or something like that. Maybe actually renovate the old mill like I'd planned to do. I don't really know yet. We will see, but I'm still planning on getting that save file done, the updated version, as quickly as possible so that you guys can download the newest version, because again, I feel like I mentioned this in a video not too long ago, but I've actually added a fair amount of new households to the save file as well, and a few houses in the other worlds as well, so not just here in Evergreen Harbor. So I just want you guys to have the newest version and have fun with it and stuff. So anyways, for the backyard, I kept it pretty simple. We haven't really talked about the build in this video like at all, except from what packs I'm using, but let's just for the last minute talk a little bit about it. So for the backyard, I kept it pretty simple. They do have their gardening area just because I felt like that would fit with the house, but also with the pack. I needed to use those vertical gardens as well, so they have a nice little area over there. I did play test it. They all work perfectly fine. So when you download the game, or not the game, when you download this build, you actually get plants already in the pots just because I had to play test it. You can remove those if you want to. You can also choose to, I don't know, keep them or something if you want to. But yeah, there's a little bit going on over there. Then they have the lounge chairs here by the pool. I don't know, it's kind of awkward or weird placing a pool in this area, I think, but it felt right with the house though. Like this house looks like it would have a pool, you know? So I had to place it there. But I feel like in Port Promise, because it used to be so industrial, it's a little bit strange. And then by the side of the pool, I placed down a grill area, so they have a big dining table over there with a smaller grill. The grill is base game if you're curious about that. And then I also placed down a car here because it's a carport kind of situation. So, but I think that is actually about it. We might just add a little bit of decor on the dining table in the backyard. but I'm pretty sure that's about it. So if you guys like this house, you can download it on the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!
With you, everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. My wheels in motion, I'm going crazy for you. Eyes blue like the ocean. I can see you want this too, 'cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know, and I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun